In this video, I interviewed my coaching student Peter on how he sells $60,000 a month with Amazon Online Arbitrage with a full-time 9 to 5. I hope you enjoy the video and get some value from it. And if you're interested in the same system Peter used with weekly calls, a one-on-one with myself, all my coupons, tips, tricks, and strategies for growing with Amazon Online Arbitrage, consider applying at the link in the description. Let's get right after it. What's up, Peter? Thanks for joining me, man.
How's it going? Thanks for having me.
Dude, of course, man. So I saw on Twitter yesterday, because everyone make sure you're following Peter on Twitter as well. The past couple of days, you'd really been seeing some growth the past month. So I was like, figure, hop on. Let's talk through that. You want to show the bars to the people as well?
Yeah, for sure. So,
Oh, little over there. Yeah, that growth is crazy, man. So
yeah,
62 for June. And you can see Prime Day was huge. Was that Prime Day, that one big spike right there?
yeah, that was about 8K.
Oh, dude, exactly. Like mine was right around, I think mine was 12 right there. But yeah, what's even more impressive is that you're doing this all with a 9 to 5 as well,
Yep.
right? We're smashing down the limiting beliefs with some of the people that are watching this that aren't quite sure if they can do it part-time and everything. But you just want to fill us in on your background, what made you get into Amazon, that sort of thing to start.
Yeah, so I've been flipping for a minute, probably like 4 or 5 years. Was in a bolo group, was kind of hiding a little bit, and then eventually just kind of stumbled upon new concepts like Prep Center and being able to kind of get out of the trenches in the long run. And then came onto your content, and then just started binging that, and then I joined the coaching prep program, and then just went all in on Amazon.
Sure. And we saw there was big growth between June and July. So let's talk about that. So July, it like just I'm doing a little quick math in my head. It must have been around like 20 or so,
Yeah.
25 Dan Rev. Cool.
Yep. Yep. So it was like 2025. And basically in early June, I just had a moment where I said, I'm just going to go a lot deeper on the products that I'm having success with. And then, they finally got checked in and now they're flying. So just going deeper on products, on good products.
Sure. That was the biggest catalyst for me about 2 years ago this month. I did around 60 grand of rev for July of 2021, which is around like 10K profit basically. And then for back to school in August, I did about double that. And it was kind of interesting, man, because it was actually a lot less effort in terms of sourcing wise to do it, right? I just finally got over the mental barrier of going from 20 to 50 to eventually 100, right? You
Yep.
start to get the momentum moving with FBM everything, which I'm sure you're excited to experience in terms of back to school season right there. But so a lot of people watching this are really stuck on finding products. So let's talk through and give some value in terms of how do we actually locate quick selling products, but then most importantly, how do we get those things profitable?
Yeah. So I have two preferred methods. I think KPF is probably one of my favorites. Rather than just going through all these websites, finding the products that are already winners and then just go finding them off that. So yeah, using Keep a Product Finder has been really, really helpful. And then I really like to go to the cashback websites and see like the ones that I trust and I know which will hit with the websites. So I go in there and then I'll find like opportunity in there. So those are the two methods that I really like to use. Yeah.
Sure. So for anyone who's not curious or who doesn't know what Keepa Product Finder is, basically, it's this function of Keepa. If you go to Keepa's website and hit data and then product finder, you can search for specific products and specific brands that have specific criteria, whether that be decreasing competition, specific brands, stuff like that. And then you can partner those two, right? When you find a deal on Rakuten or whoever's advertising a sale, if it's for a specific brand, you can then plug that in on Keepa Product Finder and find the best performing products within that specific brand. And that's like supercharged online arbitrage based. And that's what other people aren't doing and everything. So the big catalyst in terms of growth was just going deeper on products, right?
Yep.
And then you get better at sourcing over time because it's cool looking back 3 months ago, you might be working the same hours, but you might be doing 5 times the revenue and profit.
Yep.
Right there. But it's because the value of the outputs grew because you did so many inputs that the value of the inputs comparatively to the outputs, it skyrocketed it right there and everything. Another thing that I've seen you do really well is being active on Twitter, being active in the community. And a lot of people don't do that. And I always yell at them to do it. So how do we actually go ahead and do that? And what are the benefits of it?
Yeah. So basically I just started with just doing, a daily video, 60 seconds, just kind of saying what I was up to, what I was thinking about. And then what I found was that, opportunities just find you. Basically, I reached out to Max and then networked with a couple of other guys in the coaching program and on Twitter. And we just, created a mastermind. And that's been a huge catalyst as well.
Sure. Yeah. Because you're the product of the 5 Amazon sellers you talk to the most. But the problem is if you don't talk to any Amazon sellers, then you have to make all the mistakes on your own and everything like that. You have to find all the sales you want to look at. You have to find all the coupons your own. But it's the same way with us with the Buy Box Bandits, which we have the podcast with now, is that when you put your minds together, you can get a whole hell of a lot more done. And that's always made it easier for you and I compared to, some people who have been trying this stuff mainly on your own, because we get to share leads with people. We get to talk about different opportunities. It's also a lot more fun too. You know what I mean? It's like, I'd say in our group chat, it's like probably half of it is like actual like tactical Amazon stuff and half of it's like banter. But the banter leads to more Amazon talk, which leads to more profit and satisfaction, et cetera, for everyone, basically with that. So you went Prep Center pretty early,
Yep.
right? If you could do that over again, would you do that the same way? Because that's a big point of contention for a lot of people.
Yeah, so it's funny you say that. Basically, we started our group chat, which was right around when I was doing the prep center, and I saw all the guys doing much better than me because they they didn't have to face check-in times. I think they learned a lot faster. So I probably would just live in the trenches and do FBM to start, and then go to prep center when you're at a little bit more of a scale and you're buying heavier. But yeah, there's so much beauty in FBM. You learn so quickly.
Sure. Yeah. So for those of you guys who maybe aren't sure the difference of that are watching this, FBA is where you send products off to the Amazon warehouse. FBM is where you send products directly to the customer. Now, FBA is a lot more scalable, but FBM can teach you really quick because you can know if a purchase was good within a couple days rather than within a couple weeks with FBA. And especially this time of year, it's a really good idea to consider doing some FBM with back to school really in full swing from here on out through the middle earlier part of September, basically. So let's talk about back to school and how people can really see results quick with that stuff.
Yeah. So I mean, right now we're just buying really, really heavily in good products that are going to be flying, and people are going to run out of stock, FBA, and so then we'll fill that need, FBM, and we'll just load up and just fulfill very quickly. I've got the zero handling days, so we're just trying to make the customer as happy as possible as quickly as possible.
Sure. And it's especially like really getting kicked off. I would say if you're watching this, we're filming this the last day of July. The best time is between August 5th and August 20th. So you're not late. You're actually early, especially considering FBM, some of these products from these retailers are going to touch down in like 2 to 3 days, right? And you can go to Marshall's, TJ Maxx, Nike outlets in store and get stuff listed same day. If you're in 0-day handling time, it's going to be really easy to get the buy box FBM as well. And I promise you guys, it's not as much work as you think to do FBM stuff. And it's really, really worth it for the time value of getting to learn a lot quicker. It's going to help you build momentum because obviously you and I both, we don't want to be doing FBM stuff forever. But if it means getting 3 months of experience in 1 month, like you can do the next 30 days, it's really worth it basically with that. And then sourcing wise, do you have any virtual assistants?
Not currently. Right now, it's just our group chat. Probably be looking to get some VAs in the next few months.
Sure. And what's cool is that, now that you have a good squad you can work with, you can share VAs and such, which cuts down the cost and doubles the training they can get as well. And it's overall, a great thing when you can have those outlets to talk about the stuff, to learn, to work together with, so on and so forth. And that's what I had since day one. And that always made it a lot easier. Basically right there. So in terms of the person watching this, who's maybe they've been at it a little while, right? They have reselling experience similar to you when you got into it, similar to me when we got into it. What do you think, if you could go over and start again, would be the things you would do in terms of whether it's not going prep center, going prep center, being very active on Twitter, like different things, like doing retail arbitrage? Like what are those things that you think would have gotten you here in half the time?
I think it's Twitter. It's being active in the community. I think that all the success that I've seen lately is attributable to the people that I'm surrounding myself with. So they help me navigate the lows. We celebrate the highs. That has been the key catalyst. So putting videos out there, being relatable. It's just a great flywheel.
Yeah, and it's a little counterintuitive because technically we're all competitors, right? In like the reselling community, but you also have to consider how lonely it is to do this stuff on your own, right? And I've been there a little bit. I've always kind of been in the space and really worked to be in the space once I got to see feedback of it. But I also get to talk to a lot of people who don't do that, who want to do it, right? And you just got to get over the hump, man. I mean, of getting out there, being online, right? Being in the community, because right now there's a very small chance, if you're watching this, you've never been on Zoom or been on the phone with another seller, there's really no chance any opportunity is going to find you that you don't find yourself, right? But when you get out there, you get in the community, you talk to other people, you build leverage where opportunity starts to find you. Someone hits your DM, yo, have you tried this tape out or this box type, or have you seen this sale, right? And it's just like all stuff that you paid $0 for that you get access to that other people don't. It's very counterintuitive, but like super profitable basically with that. And so where do you see this in 6 to 12 months? Are we thinking wholesale, private label, or what do you see for the future?
Yeah, I think always treat me really well. I mean that's been a really good business model so far. I think our group chat has an aspiration of incorporating some wholesale, learning that. I think that's something that is really beneficial, is just consistently learning. And so if we can add that, that'll be great.
Yeah, bro. Like I didn't know how to source beauty stuff at all like 3 months ago. And now like learning the product finder stuff, it kind of made it really easy because it's all just database. Right. And then if you know how to find coupons, right? Like if you go and like 2 days ago, I posted a video sourcing beauty stuff for like the first time ever, basically, right? Anyone watching this, you can go watch that video after this and storefront stock from the products we looked at, and then understand that when you search those items, basically every website has some sort of discount you can get. Now, you got to find that discount or you got to know someone who knows about that discount, right? So it's on you to, incorporate that on your own. But that's the biggest thing to make stuff profitable is you can add that extra profit margin basically with that as well and everything. And so I saw your jump shot on Twitter yesterday. Where can people follow you on Twitter and catch up with you? And if they got any questions, or they want to connect, get on Zoom, anything like that?
Yeah, so it's at Pete's Flips. I'm on a bunch of different socials, but Twitter is the primary. So absolutely slide in the DMs.
Sure. Yeah. Hit my man up right there. Thanks for coming on. And then, I think obviously keep growing a ton into August, especially with the FBM. It's going to be so easy to grow a lot quicker and it'll be a good thing. But I'm proud to know you and let's keep getting after it. All right.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
All right. Thanks everyone for watching as well.